When African beast show every man that man to one man. But the African beast show.
Yes, man, say what? I'm the one listening to me, birthday. Wishing you all the best that you too. The African show. Your host, not all of that. Jody.
Kutafuta na sikeni mrembo pia ngependa kukujua. Nipe mkono tafadhali tupoje mtaa. Twende nje tunemtia mbali sana. Malikawa ya matishe hivi. Tumetulia kwa beach roto wanajua hivi. Simu zikorofa kuna mtu anatusumbua. Hoteli 12 star baraku ruka. Fana shop mtu ambizo viatu sawa. Hizo nguo pia hapo sawa. Zambibi siku maisha tamu. Baada masaa 7 tunaingia club. Kwa matali yote unataka baby vijana tena yote unataka. Adija tafadhali ishi na mimi milele. Wewe wangu na wako tushiki genge. Adija subiri iwe wako. Nikupe mahaba ya kuyote. Tuwe milele. Mimi na wewe. Adija subiri iwe wako. Nikupe mahaba ya kuyote. Tuwe milele. Mimi na wewe. Nataka kuposichoai ahidiwa. Nawe utahisi umebarikiwa. Toka zamani nimekutamani. Ndio kama umefanya bila tuma. Nipe nafasi nimekutamani. Nijasubiri iwe wako. Nikupe mahaba ya kuyote. Tuwe milele. Mimi na wewe. Wagwan family, karibuni sana. How you doing? How is the weekend? Karibuni sana. Yes, karibuni sana to another beautiful episode of the Pan-African Bliss right here on the Black Fire Network radio station. I hope you guys are doing amazing. I hope your weekend has been fantastic, fantabulous. Mine has been dope. I can't complain. Karibuni sana. My name is Joby and this is the Black Fire Network radio station, the #1 international online radio station. We get to everyone I see right here on TikTok. Karibuni kwa wingi. Of course, feel welcomed. Do follow the host. Keep on tapping the screen and do also gift this amazing baby girl. New week, new look. You know, we're looking fantabulous. Like, you know, we should be, you know, karibuni sana. Shout out to everyone on Facebook, shout out to everyone on YouTube, shout out to everyone on Twitter, everyone on the radio station and on Rumble. Wagwan, karibuni sana. I hope you guys can hear me loud and clear. And of course, let me know how has your weekend been, you know, and rather what are you looking forward to this amazing week. I'm looking forward to nothing but just positivity, and of course big thumbs up to YouTube for taking giving us a strike for no goddamn reason. It doesn't make any sense, but I do hope to everyone who has subscribed to this amazing channel, or rather those who know how YouTube keep on, you know, taking us or rather running us up and down. I hope you are, you know, connected and you shall be able to find us. But nonetheless, karibuni sana, 9 minutes past 1 p.m. right here in the 254. What's the time on your end? I see Generally Sijinani Skyma, karibu sana. Dalton Amfrey, karibu sana. I see you in the building. And to everyone who's just tuning in right here on the Black Fire Network radio station, karibuni kwa wingi. Nimewacheki hapo. For those who are following the host, asante sana. I hope you guys get to enjoy today's show. And let me know how's the weekend been. I take it out on me saying that much welcome. I need to look good too. Munipe kazi uko pia jameni wa. I really wish we could say kuna space, but in case tukisikia kunayo tutakwambia. But big up to Karimunt, karibu sana. I see you also in the building, and to everyone who's just tuning in. Kindly keep on tapping the screen, and in case you also want to follow us on the rest of our social media handles, we are, you know, tuko kila mahali kama nzi. Tuko Facebook, tuko YouTube, tuko Twitter, tuko everywhere on Rumble, Beachroot, other platforms zenye hata hamjui. Anywhere on the network, you can just search for Black Fire Network radio station. We are right there. You know, that is where we are tuned in. But of course, I also see Kilatia Eric, karibu sana in the building. And of course, in case it is your first time right here, keep on, tapping the screen and follow the host and check out our amazing previous content and see what we are all about. Also see Ismail Vibrations, Karibu Sana. Hope you're doing amazing. Back to the music. That was Waire. I don't know how many you guys have you heard this banger. It's been a while. It's not a TBT, but I just love this song. Anytime, any day. Now check it out, Ansema. You're looking extremely beautiful. Thank you. How's your weekend, Dalton? Big up to you, game. Tumaini langu mie alijanisubiri iwe wako nikupe mahaba yangu yote tuwe milele mimi na wewe alijanisubiri iwe wako nikupe mahaba yangu yote tuwe milele mimi na wewe tuwakali mwagile Adija mtoto ananiua manze mtoto mrembo sana jo mtonezo mkuu acha sana hiyo face acha
with your host, none other than Joby.
Going through these places.
Monday.
Do my dance, let me cry straight. Say the right stage and I'm on the road, scout with I know these niggas' names and where they live, and that's where they talk. Take it over now with the shadow one lady.
Facts. I just wanted to rap.
I just wanted to tour the whole world with my squad. I just wanted to buy a few houses for my moms. I just wanted to be an inspiration to the masses. Now they are cheap, for wiki, don't be honest. Now they say the content, I keep it testicle damage.
Yes, game time to HR, the messenger playing right here on the Black Fire Network radio station. And of course, you are listening to the Pan-African Bliss, and I'm your host, Joby. Big up to everyone who's just streaming and rather listening to me on the first time, rather for the first time. Karibu Sana to the Black Fire Network. Follow us on all the rest of our social media handles. In case you're right here on TikTok, we're also on Facebook, YouTube. I'm streaming live right now everywhere, you know. As I tell you right now, so go look for Black Fire Network radio station. Anywhere, we are live right now, streaming everywhere. Big up to also everyone who's listening to me via the radio station. I hope you can also keep your comments coming via the show page, and of course everyone that's also on Rumble. Agwan, how has your weekend been? Mine has been amazing. A chilled one, I can't complain. On Saturday I was here with you guys, but I was not really here with you guys. I quite missed the show of Saturday. Let the lawyers handle the specific, but I was actually also part. I was inside, in and out, but I do appreciate everyone who did get the chance to tune in with us. And of course for Sunday, just a chill day. Says he complain. Sijui yako ilikuwaje. But I see Dalton is saying that my weekend was perfecto. Well, thank you so much for letting me know. Mine was also dope. A chilled one. I can't complain. But yes, as we get started, today we shall be sharing actually a very sad story, and I'm sorry to say this, a very sad story. This is sad as we start the week, but I believe I'm bringing this forth because I'm gonna be looking at it right here in the continent, and where I've seen our people also go abroad, rather in the United States, to go and get employed in these jobs where you need to take care of the elderly people. And to my attention, I quite thought hard with the amount of racism we see Black people going through in the United States, or anywhere a cracker is, you know, where Black people are not supposed to be. Anywhere we are, we've seen how we are treated. We've seen, there's a video that has been going viral. I don't know if you guys have bumped into it, but also kids shared it with me, where we've had this Black man was just attacked for no goddamn reason. But yes, I love to see Black people, you know, getting their revenge back and, you know, standing up and saying that, yo, you can't disrespect one person where we are a bunch of us right here. So I'll be talking about, I'll be sharing a video and reading the article as well of what is going on, but majority of sharing the video of a story that has been covered by one of the wife of one of our big activists we have right here in the 254. That is Boniface Mwangi, Njeri Mwangi. She has covered a story and multiple of the stories. One of which is a story I shared when we had the Tanzanian children, the adoption of, all of the kidnapping of children from Tanzania, and they come here, especially the disabled ones. They come here and beg, and this has become a business. I represented that was last year. But apart from all that, this is actually very, very sad to see that our elder people, instead of being taken care of in the facilities we've trusted, the facilities we've trusted the people to take care of them, they're mistreating them and beating them. So stay tuned till the end of the show. If you really want to listen to the whole video, you can listen to the audio, or rather you can subscribe, rather tune on YouTube. Come up at TikTok. You can also go to YouTube. We're live on YouTube. I'll be sharing the video. You can see what is going on. Kama you are not aware. But big up to Eunice Nyakambi. Big up to Frank. I see you in the building. Big up to Linshi. Is it Linshi? Big up to Sikasa. Big up to Ness, and to everyone who's with us. Big up to Lyrical Vibes and everyone I see right here in the building. Bulls Chicks. Bulls Chick. Karibu sana. Kindly do follow the host and keep on tapping the screen. Kento, karibu sana as well. Alenga, karibu sana. Vini, karibu sana. And to everyone who is with us. Let me know where you're streaming with us from. Karibu sana to the Black Fire Network radio station. My name is Joby, and this is the Pan African Bliss. So we're getting started. Yeah. So we're getting started, and I want to first and foremost share. We've been talking about Niger the whole of last week, and on the Diary of a Black Young King, we had Dimore also sharing and breaking the story of with another amazing young man. They were talking about what has been going on in Niger. So I don't want to go back to all that situation. We are aware, if you are on TikTok and you've been bumping into the video of what is going on in Niger, and if you are woke enough to understand what is going on in Africa and what people are demanding and fighting for, then I don't think we should revisit all this. But I want to break a few things down on what has been going on during the weekend. And first and foremost, I want to start with Tunisia. This country, every time we talk about it, just, I'm filled with so much rage. Because one, not only is it an invaded country where we have majority of our people being chased away and being killed, being beaten, anyhow, just because we do not have the so-called Pan-Africanism, and the African so-called union is not and has never stood for African people to take back even their own countries, including the so-called despot leaders. And I think I'll be sharing this video that kids shared with me, because I love to see people understanding and breaking everything down, saying and understanding how this despot for the so longest time, they have been acting like they don't know what is going on. They have been acting like they don't know this at one time it was coming to happen. We might see the ECOWAS, we might see all this bullshit of international, the international countries, the Western countries trying to come and threaten us. We're going to remove the sanctions. We're not going to give you any more aid. We'll be talking about Burkina Faso because it has been denied aid. And all this is just because of resources. But big up to the despots. Let me tell you, if you are to blame, anyone who's to blame right here is these people who are being overthrown right now. These are the people we need to deal with right now. We need to deal with the people we have right now. These despots, we need to deal with them. It's a high time we overthrow the government. It's a high time we follow suit what is going on in Niger, Burkina Faso, in Mali. It's a high time we wake up. It's a high time we take back control of everything that is rightfully ours. But I'm happy to see it. Somehow I'm not even gonna I'm happy to see it because, like we were saying yesterday, with these gadgets they brought, the phone and the internet, we're getting access to information right now so quickly and so easily. We are being given the truth without even looking for it. Like, it's all coming towards us. And our people would thank God or thank the universe They are understanding. They are really understanding. But I want to talk about what is going on in Tunisia very quickly. That is what is really making me so angry because, like I'm saying, it's not only a country that is invaded, but we've seen so many racist comments have been made by the president of that country. We've seen how our people, I shared a video some time back in one of my shows, and it was so heartbreaking, seeing how the white people in that country who are claiming to be the original owners, how they are treating our people, beating them down, abusing them, beating pregnant women, and all type of shit. But it's not enough. We had the other day when we had Katie representing the news of where we had Tunisia signing a deal with I can't remember it was with what, but it was all about immigration. Now they can really make it easy. But we know it was not supposed to be easy. As we speak right now, we have multiple number of people missing from Senegal, from Tunisia, others from Nigeria, because we're not talking just of immigrants just from one country. We're talking about people fleeing war caused by the same Hegelian dialectic, The war that is caused by the same people who are killing us so that we can keep on fleeing away from our continent so that they can take control of our resources. I don't know if it's really making sense, but it is making sense. The same people cause war in the continent, make us flee away from the continent, and as we flee away from the continent, they kill us along the way. Can you see how this planet is? Can you oh my goodness. But anyway, we move on. They're saying that Tunisia authorities say that at least 14 migrants have died in different shipwrecks in the Mediterranean over the last 2 days, and more than 50 are missing after the latest accident in which a boat sank off the coast. And all on board were from Sub-Saharan African and Sub-Saharan Africa, and Tunisia is a major gateway for irregular migrants from other parts of Africa attempting Pelaria's voyage to Europe. And the Tunisia Interior Minister says the Coast Guard has recovered more than 900 bodies of drowned migrants for so far this year. 900. And I bet within the 900 mentioned, I don't think the other 500 are mentioned when we had the 5 billionaires who, with the submarine story bullshit that was caused attention to the whole world, but we had 500 people missing. It was not being spoken about because it is African people. Then I always have a question. This is something that I'm really thinking deep about. Who provides these boats? One, that is question number one. Who provides these boats for these people to cross over to wherever they are going? Who provides the boats? And whoever does it knows exactly what they are doing, and it is all a plan and a project to kill African people. That is one thing we need to understand. As we talk about the Hegelian dialectic of where Africa, problem, reaction, solution, they cause the problem in the continent. Like we talk about right now, we're seeing the displacement of people in Congo, in Niger. We're going to see in so many countries, as we speak, in every country, African people are always running away from the chaos that these despots and these Europeans that they are saying we're cooperating have helped each other to keep us in the same situation. They bring problems, they bring war, we flee. Then as we flee away because we want to go to Europe where there's greener pastures, they kill us along the way. So my question is, as we flee away, who provides the boats? That's my question. Who is providing these goddamn boats? Because whoever is doing that, and I read the same thing when we had the situation in Rwanda, and Katie spoke about it. We had 10 children who died because of a shipwreck or a boat wreck. And this has been happening for the last 10 years. So who is providing these boats? And why hasn't the matter been fixed? If the problem is the boats, if the problem is people being overloaded, oh my God, this is just so crazy. The situation that we African people, the desperation we've been kept as African people, it has destroyed our image in this way. This you can see this the image of how Africans should be. Kneeling down, begging. In the richest continent, we're always crying problems. In the richest continent where you should be living healthy, you should not be running away because the nature, it's amazing. The environment, the weather, talk about the soil, talk about everything, the people. This is the London we dream of. This is literally the America we dream of. If only it was well maintained. If only we had Pan-Africanism. If only our country was being led by one president, not many despots who do not understand what they're doing. It's just crazy. So personally, I believe, like we had this situation when we had the Tunisia signing this deal, my question just remains on the shipwrecks. Like, who provides the ship? This is why I brought up this. Who provides the ship? That is one thing we need to know. And whoever provides them, they are working along with the Western or the European nations to continuously keep on killing the African people. And I kind of wonder, most of the bodies, when they're found, are they, the number even we're being given, I dare, like, say, I don't believe the number is actual. I believe it's just made up number. Because we know the business that also goes on with the African people's body organs and how important it is, especially to this so-called our cooperators. So that's how I'm going to leave it at. We're trying to avoid, strikes on YouTube. We don't want to violate. We are looking forward to see how Europe is helping Tunisia, because that's what they need to hear. But at this point, what we need to understand, as we see what is going on in Niger, we need to understand African people. Our genocide has been programmed for the longest time. We've been continuously been programmed to just die. Like, we've been these people have programmed us to just not only to just being illiterate, like they call us illiterate, to be not only indoctrinated, the brilliant wickedness in this shit, you can't make it up. You just can't. The brilliant wickedness of European people, you guys can't make it up. I swear it's so wicked. I swear huwezi process akili ya mzungu at this point with everything you read. How they have been able to program Africa, that is it for me. It's always where I always say, I always want to break down the article if I'll ever find it. How they were able to just do all this is just so brilliantly wicked. And it is so sad to see, as I am right here on TikTok. Let me tell you, young girls, you are literally dragging us behind. You are dragging people like us, like me, Joby, behind. You are dragging your sister, actually, if you have a sister, behind, okay? If you're here on TikTok and all you do is, because man, I've seen this trending during this weekend, and apparently yesterday I was on the TikTok streets during the night, and all I see is just young, beautiful, black young women flossing of how they are dating white people. I don't know how it's a flex for you because you're getting a couple of dollars, but I want you to understand it should not be a flex, because you're the main reason why revolution, it is so hard. You're the main reason why you want to keep most of the African people believing that the only way is the white way. We need to wake up from this mentality. And I think somehow Naniako correct, Ben Sol. We need to wake up from this mentality of poverty. We need to wake up from the mentality of the white people are the only way, okay? You need to understand education. You need to go back to books and history. We need to understand we live in the richest continent. And we should not be living like this. We should not be these images. I swear there's nothing that cracks me down or breaks my heart every time I see the mainstream media presentation of the African image situations. It's always fucked up. You can see like the situation of just, it's too like, we're just beggars, you know. Look, we always just beggars. We always just flooded somewhere looking for, oh my god, we're just begging. If it's not us trying to fight for revolution, it is us always doing this. Either of the two images, it's either this or it's either this. Either begging or demonstrating. There's no other image of Africa like, and oh my god, it's so sad. This is just so crazy, manze. To go fucked up lakini anyway. I hope people can just wake up. Manze, my youth, you need to wake up. You need to understand Ruto ain't shit. You need to understand Raila ain't shit. You need to understand none of these politicians are shit. You need to understand you are shit. You as an individual, you have so much power. You and like 50, 100 of you, you know, millions of you, leave alone the politicians. Man, I'm talking to the youths, my fellow people, okay? You have so much power that these politicians won't tell you. They have made us believe it's them. It's always them. The illusion of politics is powerful. You should not say anything. But no. The moment you're going to understand our freedom to speech, our freedom to rightfully, fearlessly getting what is rightfully ours, hapo ndo tutakuwa tumewashika hivi balls vibaya sana, like vibaya sana. And this is why you see whatever is going on in Niger, I bet it's carrying the rest of these people. The next should be Museveni, man. Next should be this Museveni guy. The next country that should literally now have a coup, it's Uganda. There's no Maria as there's no Maria will be doing shows every time lights are going off. There's no way the country. I was seeing this video. Let me see if I can find it. This guy is I don't know if his name. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. There's this guy who said how Uganda was more developed than Kenya. I don't know how true facts that is, but I bet if it was, maybe it was during the times of Idi Amin. If Uganda was once a time developed or it was doing better than Kenya, I bet it was during the time of Idi Amin, because Idi Amin was one of the guys we've seen him fighting and standing for the people. We've seen him chasing away these crackers from the country. We've seen him trying to make life affordable for his people. Not the images that we've been told and the stories and the notion of Idi Amin was eating people. None of that bullshit. Okay? So if maybe Uganda at the time it was doing good, it was during Idi Amin. I'm just saying, I don't know how true the facts are, but I can't find the video. But all I'm saying is, whatever is going on in Niger, because you've seen the rest of the African countries, this was standing in Niger being affected, like Burkina Faso. You can see France has suspended the aid to Burkina Faso, which we do not need. We do not need no goddamn shit from these crackers. Okay? Mzungu akusaidi na anything. Okay? And come beat me if you can because of saying that. Mzungu Isaac akusaidi. Like, man, this, I don't know, man, this image. And I think it starts all at school. Again, religion. Actually, it's religion, then school, then you have your parents as well. Because how many parents do you have them pushing their children, telling them, kuolewa na mzungu, na unaweza kaa vizuri na mzungu, by the way, ama ukituletea mzungu hatuwezi mind. But we don't understand our chemistry with these people. It's not the same. We are building chemistry with the wrong people. We actually trying to find chemistry with the wrong people. That is the thing we're doing. We're seeking validation from white people. I've seen a young lady, a TikToker, who's apparently right now on blogs. This story just hit my head. She's been posted how she oh my god. And then we have blogs. We have the mainstream. This is the reason why they brought social media and everything. They will be fed what you want to see. They'll feed the society what they want to see. And because most of the black people, we believe or we worship the white people so much, the blogs will also, like, they have been used to also feed you the same notion, and you need to believe in that, and you'll be depressed the shit out of yourself trying to get yourself a mzungu, you know. So there's this young lady I saw during the weekend. She was being asked, how can a young lady was asking her, how can I maintain a mzungu if I find one? So the one with the mzungu advised the other young lady, all you need to do is be a woman, you know. Just act like a woman, let the man be a man, you know. And I'm like, if you try look at actually today's, these are again, now you come back to us black women, somehow I can say majority of, and I've seen this on social media, actually from a certain another blog. A woman was making food for a dog, but a black man made a comment down below. They can barely make food or dinner for you, you know. They can barely make food or dinner for you, but they have time to make steaks and everything for dogs. It was like a whole steak, some delicious, amazing food being prepared for the dog. Now, if you try to look at all this, what I'm trying to say is how we've been captured mentally, how we've been destroyed as African people. I don't know how we're gonna wake up, but we need to tap into waking up. We need to wake up. We need to wake up. We need to come to realization. Why is that mzungu holding on to you? That is a question I have. As a black young lady, always ask yourself, okay, this guy claims to be in love with me. Try look around the investments. Try look around the investments he's making. Is it through you? Does he need your access to go through everything? Or is he doing it by himself? Because these crackers are only coming here to use young people. And I saw this in Tanzania. They come here, they're getting apartments, they're putting Airbnbs, they're putting all sorts of business, just in the name they're fucking a certain young black lady from Kenya, Mombasa, Nigeria, and you think umeangukia. It's just crazy. It's crazy. And actually, that's the truth image of it. But I see Sister Jewelry, karibu sana. I see you. It's been a minute. Hope you're doing amazing. You're saying that yes, Joby, Black Africans and diaspora, Homo sapiens people have always been kept moving by Neanderthals to keep us in survival mode. Thus, ensures are not able to settle and build our own civilization. And that is the problem. Because again, today, even in today's society, you'll see a young black lady or someone working with maybe at an Indian store or at a Chinese store. They are so disrespectful. It's like, yo, you see it in your face, like, it's like I'm on the top of the world and there's nothing you can tell me. And perfect example I'll give you, it's when I shared the video when we had one of our YouTubers here who traveled from Kenya to South Africa. Then she faced, like, when you're expecting your own people to be loving, you know, they are against you. She was being backlashed, or she was backlashed, whatever. She was shamed by her fellow African woman. She was shamed by a fellow African woman, being told that you're the reason why these white people keep on looking at us like trash. Huh? Where? But anyway, that is true. I do agree with you. I do totally agree with you. I see Joe Mosquito Karibu Sana. You're saying that everybody ain't shit. Well, the white people ain't shit. Okay. If you try to look at this situation, we are the shit. We got it all. And this is why they won't, we got it all. We are the shit. Okay. I'm not saying it in a bad way, so don't take it in a bad way. I'm saying it in the positive way. We are the real deal right here. And this will come question as I get into my main topic of the day, because I see time is so fast going, very fast going. I want to share this documentary. It's a sad one. It's a very sad one, I'm sorry to say. So take your wipes, take your tissue. You know, so this is a story that was being investigated, like I said, by one of the wife of the activists we have right in the 254, Njeri Mwangi. And she went ahead and did this investigation of where we've had elderly people who are supposed to be taken care of being caned at the Kenya PCA, the Goto Care Home. That is where these people are taken, you know, in their, you know, it's like, I tried to actually, I think the best way I'll give it is I've seen African people, young people who apply for these jobs. They go to US or the United States, and they go take care of this. They go to this home cares of where they're supposed to take care of the elderly people. But my question, and I want you guys to answer me this, like, be honest. How are Black people treated by these crackers? Because I bet, now if I try and look at the racism and how Karens go crazy on Black people, now I can't try, and they're old. You've seen old, and always old. Old Karens go crazy on Black people. Now, how are Black people treated in this so-called home care, where they're supposed to be taking? I bet there's a lot of racism. That is my question. How are Black people treated in these home cares, these jobs, you know, where we go apply for the jobs, where they go apply for the jobs of, they're supposed to be taking care of the crackers. I, as Joby, I go to Florida, maybe I'm supposed to be taking care of the kids, neighbors, you know, those crackers, neighbors there. How am I going to be treated? I bet I'm going to be treated like shit. But it is so sad to see right here, this is our own people, our fellow African people, our fellow African people hating on each other, where we're supposed to be full of love. I kind of tend to question when you're talking about, oh my God, this is just so deep. But anyway, let me share this. Hi, Skewed, Karibu. I don't know if that is a compliment or whatever that is, but anyway, Karibu Sana. I see Kevo, Karibu Sana. Clive, Karibu Sana. Y'all stop commenting on me and comment on the topic. Focus.
Across Africa, life expectancy has increased almost 10 years in the last 2 decades. But what kind of care are our elderly actually receiving? More and more Kenyans are turning to care homes to look after their elderly.
So these people, not only are they taken here to be taken care of, but they're also neglected to die in case they're sick. You know, it doesn't make any sense. And we have the so-called government. We have the so-called leaders who claim, oh, we care about charity, we care about orphans, we care about the elders, we care about nonsense. They care about nothing. These people care about, why do we have this situation? This is actually very similar. Man, this is so sad. This is very similar to the, as much as it's not rape case, it is sad to see it's elder people being treated like this, like shit, by your fellow African people, compared to the tea farming situation where we had so many young people who are infected by HIV and AIDS by their employees, by their employers, by their employers, just because in the name of them begging for a job. Like Africa, we've become, now this is actually us to us. Enough of now the crackers. This is us to us. Like we've become this inhumane. That is just my, are we this inhumane? Like we're willing to make money out of animosity. We're willing to make money out of anything. We're willing to do anything. You're willing to do anything for the sake of fitting in. It's just so sad. It is just so sad. So crazy.
But when they should be supported, are they just suffering?
Hiyo place imekuwa mi kwangu imekuwa ka nightmare. Juu kuna vitu huwezi toa kwa mind.
My name is Njeri Mwangi. In the past, I've investigated the underground trade in stolen babies. And disabled beggars trafficked from Tanzania.
If you guys can remember this story I shared, that was last year.
Nikampigia simu. Unaweza mwambia nini? For the last 18 months, I've been investigating the care of the elderly in Kenya. In the next 30 years, the African elderly population is projected to triple from 75 million to 235 million. Its growth will be faster than in any other region in the world. But we are also living in a time when the economic future is uncertain. In these circumstances, it's often the elderly and the vulnerable that are the first to suffer. Family structures are also changing. With people having fewer children, the duty of looking after our elders has for many become a burden. I am lucky enough to live close to my parents. I see them often and make sure that they stay active. What would you say that elderly people need to live a comfortable life?
They need love, medical care. They need to eat well, to age gracefully.
But what has happened, if you look at our situation actually in Africa, elderly people are not even looked after, as we share even this. In reality, they're neglected. These are the most neglected people. Actually, and these are the most people that are supposed to be taken care of, but they are neglected. If you speak about being exposed to diseases, they are exposed to diseases. They are exposed to diseases. All sorts of food we're eating right now, they ain't even safe for most of these people. So you're talking about this a care center that is supposed to be taking care of people, but what they do is torture to the point where they watch you die, even when you're sick, and they don't give a shit about you. This is in Africa. This is Nairobi, Kenya happening. It's just crazy. But don't you think it's all programmed? Because if I try to look at the situation, this is not how we used to live. And I believe there's a better way how this should be running as I continue. This is actually very crazy.
Every now and then they come to check on us. Our health, our well-being, they are very concerned. We don't take it for granted.
But as my parents age, their needs will become more complex. I know that other elderly are finding it harder and harder to get support from their close families, and many must fend for themselves. Over the last decade, the number of homes for the is reported to have almost tripled in Kenya's capital, Nairobi. Many don't charge rent and are provided by churches. With about 4 in 100 Kenyans receiving any kind of pension, they're an attractive prospect. Even with government standards and guidelines regulating care homes, there is a growing fear that in some cases, the last thing our elderly people do receive is care. Our investigators began to hear worrying stories about abuse of elderly residents at one home just outside Nairobi. We spoke to a carer who left the industry after working at the home. She agreed to talk if we protected her identity.
Nilikuwa na expect yani nikuwe mahali comfortable, mahali naweza work kenye imenipeleka huko. So vitu zikaanza kuwa hard. Roho yangu ikawa inainama each and every day. Yani pale hata wale watu wanakaa juu ya, yani ni Mungu tu anawaweka, lakini si ile place ndio inatuma waishi. Wale hata watu I guess mkiongea nao unajua kenye wanapitia. Zile vitu ni tough. Si venye mnaonaga ati kwa mlango na nini. Ingia kule ndani ndio ujue.
The home they worked at was the Presbyterian Church of East Africa, the home for the aged, 20 kilometers of Nairobi.
On our arrival, we find them already in their day-to-day activity. Here, they are already having their midday meal.
Local media filmed here in 2020. The manager, Jane Gaturu, presented an image of a safe haven where residents were fed and cared for.
I had no granny so close to me because my dad was an orphan. He taught us that every old person is your shushu, is your granny.
This facility, which is now home to around 50 elders, was set up by the Women's Guild of the local PCEA church, but is managed independently.
And all of us, we are heading there. One day we go back to our maker. And when going to that journey, we have to go peacefully and happily.
Two undercover reporters, one of whom has been trained in supporting the elderly, got jobs at the home to investigate the care provided.
When you go to caregiving school, the first thing they ask you, why are you doing this? Are you doing it because it's your passion? Are you doing it because there's a lot of money? If you're doing it for passion and you love it, I'm telling you, not even money will stop you.
What does it take to be a good caregiver?
These people, they only want to be loved. They only want to be heard.
Venye saa mara ya kwanza venye nilienda nilikuwa nagojea kitu mzuri ama mbaya, but venye niliendelea ndivyo niliendelea kujua uzuri na ubaya hapo ndani.
Our investigators found a number of residents seemingly upset by the standard of care offered.
Sick, and they die in there without even being taken. Like they are not even, nobody comes to ask like, what are you ailing from? You know, they, oh my God.
Narire guka ere mundu angiaga piu mbeca cia guthii thibitari ri na ni murwaru piu ngina ndareruta haria riri egwikwo atia
koya kwakue
wanona mundu areketwo akue
akuete ngi.
Government guidelines say residential homes should provide medical care for the residents. But at PCEA Thogoto
government guideline
care home, residents rely entirely on their families. Many appear to receive no help from their loved ones, nor care from some workers at the home.
So my question is, why is this institute running? This is where you know corruption comes in, or whatever this scheme is all about. How can you tell me there's an institute running in Kenya and the so-called government does not know there's this such of institute running in Kenya? They're supposed to be giving medical assistance, which this medical bullshit that is just gonna kill these old people, because you know this medical that is came from the white people, it should not even be given to these people. These people should list, be consuming anything that contains any of these chemicals. Any of us, none of us should be taking any of this pharmaceutical, whatever, medicine. We need natural herbs. We need natural herbs to rely on as medicines. But now natural herbs are food for goats, you know? They are food for goats. That is what happens. So my question is, how come this institute is running and there's a, okay, and due to government laws, we're supposed to be provided any care, any of this should be given and assisted with medical assistance, but none of that happens. So what is up? What scheme is happening right here? Let's go on.
Ndirere twatiriri ati he muthenya wa gwite ku rumu
Ndangiona kama nikumwite onekana haha kuma haha rĩ gũthiĩ nginya rĩ kũrĩa kĩoro-rĩ thiaga na thĩna mũno
nĩnyonaga
tuge kũrĩa ndarĩ nĩkũbataithĩra kũrĩa kĩndũ kĩngĩ
ona hwaĩ-inĩ
ĩni tondũ ndarĩa gũcoka nĩguo ũciohora thiĩ kĩoro-rĩ
Hi.
thĩna
koguo gũtirĩ ũhoro wothe mũndũ angiuga ateithagio naguo
aca gũtirĩ koguo andũ acio arĩa makuĩte gũkũ ningĩ
I personally was in pain when I see them suffering and I can't help. I switch off my camera and cry. Because to me, taking care of an elderly, it's a blessing.
Our investigators found evidence of medical conditions being left untreated. One elderly man, Njeri Mwangi, was suffering with skin. Way of getting the hospital care he so desperately needs.
And he gave money to Jane to take him to hospital. He was not taken to hospital. And when he asked Jane, Jane was very angry with him and she even told him, kwenyu nina hapa na watu wenyu wamekushindwa, mimi ndio unaona nitakuweza.
Wow.
He used to take...
Wow, that is so painful. I think I'll finish the rest of the video maybe tomorrow as we continue with that, because I say time is not on my side, and majority of you are tuning in when we're coming to the end of this amazing show. Big up to you, Dankare. I hope you're doing amazing. Karibu. Big up to Papa. I see Nyarugera, Karibu Sana, and to everyone who's just right here with me on TikTok, and to those who are with me on YouTube, Karibu ni sana. Kindly smash that button in case you are on YouTube or on Facebook. I see Sister Joy, you saying that our ancestors, our ancient ancestors, the ancient of days, had settled on mineral-rich land, including Haiti, whose earth soil has formed on top of rare mineral-rich asteroid meteorite rock found. No, I agree with you, but right, we're talking about also the rest of the African countries. If we're not careful, manze. But we were talking about us being colonized for the second time, but I think we might have been wrong. I remember we saw China, the puppet of the United States coming in with all types of, encouragement and all types of influence they have been seeking in Africa and all that, blindfolding the rest of the African people, thinking we need them, and Russia as well, but we can see a difference. Niger is giving us hope, Burkina Faso, Mali, and the rest. But I see you also saying that nowhere else on earth and America desire its mineral wealth for themselves. There's plan in progress for the imminent invasion of Haiti for the near asteroid meteorite mineral rich rock. And you're also saying that although, all right, okay, you say although Dominican Republic is sitting on the same mineral-rich asteroid meteorite rock, although the Dominican Republic and Haiti is only divided by a river, question, was cholera introduced? Question, was cholera introduced? Of course it was. Is that a question? You're crazy. Was cholera introduced? Of course it was. Where did all diseases come from? Like, fucked up water. Where did we get this fucked up water? Like, we were drinking water actually from the rivers, and none of that could affect us. But right now, look at our rivers. We're having oil explosions and all types of things happening, and you expect not you to be sick? It sounds crazy as F. But anyway, I'll continue this story tomorrow. It's actually very touching to me. If it's making sense to you, well, good. If it's not, well and good as well. I'm here to share it. What I'm talking about is, and my question actually directing out there, because you see the same. I've seen most of the Africa. I've had this actually when I was in high school, that this job has a lot of money. Like this lady has explained, it has a lot of money, but it's not all about money. When you're going there, like they're saying, if you are actually trying to go become a health or a caregiver, to these elder people, you're supposed to not do it because of the money. You're supposed to do it passionately because you really mean it. But seeing that now our African people, it's actually like that should question us of who we're dealing with. Because I kind of tend to believe majority of the black people also dealing with, they might be having that DNA we saw in Niger. Actually, it was in Niger. Wait. It's crazy. It was in Niger when we had me pulling that the DNA of the created black people. God damn. But anyway, I tend to believe that most of our African people are becoming so inhumane, and this is so we need to rechange this. As we speak about changing everything, we have a lot to change on. We have most of our people who are so gone, and they are giving birth to same type of generation with such type of animosity. There's no way you're going to be caning elderly people. I've never seen that. Okay? I don't know if you're walking away, you don't have to argue with them. Because especially us here in Africa, we've been told you don't need to argue with your elders. We in the classes and bullshit, all types of things. We don't mess with your elders like that. And even without the classes, you don't mess with your elders like that. This is so wrong. And this where I'm talking about corruption. This is why you're gonna be continuing this tomorrow. Because include corruption. How comes we have an institute that is running? Is it signed under the government? And if not, who's collecting and who's giving money from this charity or whatever this, how is it running? How has it been running since 2020? Someone somewhere is benefiting or something is happening. The people are just that there's no medical healthcare one. And then people are dying without being literally given. They're just dying. And you hear the guy saying like, the elder man right here is saying that majority, it's been numbers of people have been dying. So what business is going on here? We're talking about Tunisia shipwrecks. We're talking about migrants just disappearing because of shipwrecks. Who's providing the boats? Some mathematics is not adding up. So we need to understand what is going on. And all this is going to come to the bottom. We're not going to be having any more people running away from Tunisia. That shit cracks my soul. We're not going to be having any more people running away from Africa. We need to stick to our continent. We need to secure this continent. We need to feel entitled. I don't know why we don't feel entitled, but I understand the situation is fucked up because if these are the people we're dealing with, you deserve a lot of bubble gums. You should not be literally sitting. Hell, what? I tell you, if I'm to become a president of this continent, not only am I going to make a change, but I'm going to be like brutal, because I'm going to be getting rid of this type of people. This type of people and a lot more who are just doing some fucked up shit, and they're all goddamn big adults. You're not a goddamn child. You're not babies. Like I said, if you have the audacity, you can. I mean, like, though things have changed right now, you know. But if you got an ID, you know, you got an ID. You're looking for a job. You're trying to make ends meet. You're trying to start up a business. You're trying to do something. Man, you should be part of those people who are waking up. You should be going so hard on calling for a change for this continent. It's really needed. It's either now or never. Because the Europeans have made it clear they're not letting go just swiftly like that. So you have to fight for what is yours. You have to fight for what is yours. My show today has been very simple, just like that. I'm trying to avoid to be, on top of the hill because of YouTube. I think this is the only channel we have, the only YouTube we have remaining for now, if I'm not wrong. And the other one has a strike. And these people just be messing up with our YouTube for no reason. Nobody did a show. And that is just what happened. It's just so crazy. But anyway, we shall continue the rest of the video tomorrow. I hope you guys get to tune in on the Rhythm Scoop Show episode of today. We shall be having a guest in the building, an artist. So kindly tune in and see what it's all about. For those who did not catch up with the Vibe Show, we had also an artist. You can check the interview and also the rest of our amazing content. But I want to say kwaherini to everyone who's right here. For those who are tuning in right now, asanteni. But of course, at the same time, kwaherini. Andrew Robinson, Hakim, Lee, Zales, Nabu 254. Asanteni sana for being here with me. But I'm saying kwaheri. See you tomorrow, same time, same place. Have an amazing, beautiful day on your end. Also, for those who shall be catching this on a replay, I hope you get to give your comments and what you think about this situation. Sister Njeri, asante sana, Joe Mosquito, and to our silent listeners, I wish you a beautiful, amazing day, or whatever the time is on your end.
Tito masuma rokota kani imesema chapa shughuli kwa gogoroto wadi kisemi Kome gumi kichwa wao Kama